Hillary returns home. The moment she pushes the door open, she finds her boyfriend fooling around with another woman. Unable to stand his infidelity, she breaks up with him on the spot. She packs her bags and moves out. Just as she is about to drive away, her boyfriend calls out to her. She thinks he wants to win her back, but as it turns out, she just tosses his keys back to him. After leaving her boyfriend, Hillary moves back in with her mother. Her mother isn't very optimistic about the breakup, but Hillary's mind is made up. She won't look back. She decides to rely on herself. She starts scouring the newspaper for job ads. After filtering through a few, one listing catches her eye. The next day, Hillary puts on a red suit and heads to the interview. Her striking appearance immediately turns heads, but she completely ignores the stares. Soon, it is Hillary's turn. The interviewer asks Hillary some questions about nursing care. Hillary lies and claims she is a professional caregiver, and just like that, she lands the job. However, little does she know, she will be caring for a cancer patient. Victor asks about her background and explains his condition in detail. Because of his situation, very few caregivers can handle the job. Victor is afraid she will quit after a couple of days. Surprisingly, Hillary isn't scared off. The next day, Hillary packs her bags and moves into the villa. Later, she accompanies Victor to the hospital for treatment. While she waits in the hallway, she sees many people sitting there, fellow patients tormented by cancer. They look completely drained, with pain etched on their faces. Seeing this, she forces a wry smile, realizing just how many people are suffering from this disease. Victor, having just finished his treatment, rushes straight to the bathroom the moment he gets home. He vomits uncontrollably. Hillary quickly wets a towel to help clean him up. After quite the ordeal, Victor finally lay collapsed on the bathroom floor, exhausted. Hillary slumped to the ground in tears. It turned out that caring for a cancer patient wasn't as simple as she had imagined. Once Victor had finally drifted off to sleep, Hillary went to the living room to look at his old photos. He used to be so vibrant and full of life, but now, illness had reduced him to a shadow of himself. Tears slipped down her cheeks before she knew it. Hillary began to feel a deep sense of pity for him. Back in her room, she hurriedly packed her bag, deciding to leave. In that moment, she finally realized just how absurd her initial lie had been. Victor needed a professional caregiver, not someone clueless like her. She called her best friend to pour out her guilt, unaware that Victor was listening right outside the door. He realized that this seemingly flighty girl actually had a sincere and kind heart. When dinner time came, just as Hillary was about to confess, Victor immediately cut her off. Instead, he offered to show her his art collection. Victor introduced the pieces in detail, pointing out paintings that featured a red-haired girl just like Hillary, full of tenacious vitality. In that moment, Hillary could feel it. Victor's desperate will to survive. Hillary finally abandoned the thought of leaving and decided to stay and take care of him. From then on, Hillary began to change her ways. She went to the market to pick out fresh vegetables and studied books on cancer care. All the junk food in the house was swept straight into the trash. She started researching recipes suitable for his condition. As the days went by, Hillary slowly settled into her new role. Under Hillary's care, Victor's life was no longer so dreary. This passionate young woman was slowly finding her way into his heart. Then one day, a wave of agony hit Victor. Hillary tried to step in and help, but he shoved her away in his pain. Hillary knew he didn't mean it, so she didn't take it to heart. That evening, while Hillary was doing her skincare routine, Victor knocked on her door. He apologized for what had happened earlier that morning and asked her out on a date. Hillary nodded and accepted. Victor took Hillary to a high-end restaurant for dinner, but Hillary seemed a bit out of her element. Victor encouraged her to try the dishes, but the formal atmosphere felt a little too stiff for her. So, Hillary took Victor to a local bar instead. Here, Hillary finally seemed to let loose. She moved her body with enchanting grace on the dance floor. Watching the vibrant young woman before him, Victor felt, for the first time, that he was no longer just a patient, but a normal, living young man. Victor quietly gazed at Hillary as she danced passionately. The girl before his eyes reignited his hope for life. Back at the house, Victor put on his favorite music again. He invited Hillary to dance with him, perhaps inspired by Hillary's spirit. Victor decided to break free from reality's constraints. He was determined to change his dull life of constant treatment. He lied, claiming his chemotherapy was finished, and invited Hillary to go on a vacation with him, promising he would resume treatment when they returned. At first, Hillary was hesitant, worried that his body couldn't handle it, but after Victor's repeated reassurances, Hillary finally agreed. But no one expected that this trip would change them both forever. Soon, they arrived at their destination. Victor had rented a stunning seaside villa. As they moved their things in and organized the house, Hillary accidentally found a stash of syringes. After hearing Victor's explanation, she didn't think too much of it. Seeing Hillary's belongings filling the room, Victor felt like he was truly merging into her life. That night, unable to sleep after stopping his treatment, Victor gently opened Hillary's door. He lay down beside her, quietly feeling her presence, and soon drifted off to sleep. With the chemotherapy stopped, Victor's condition improved day by day. His dark hair began to grow back. He couldn't wait to show Hillary as if to tell her that he was a normal man now, and no longer a patient. Victor noticed Hillary's deep interest in art, so he took on the role of her mentor, sharing his knowledge of art history with her. Gradually, Victor realized he was falling for this spirited, cheerful girl. Seeing Victor regain his health, Hillary began to worry. She felt he might not need her anymore, and she was afraid of falling in love with him. So, she told him she planned to leave, but Victor didn't try very hard to stop her. Hillary couldn't hide her disappointment. However, that night, Victor came to Hillary's side, showing her silently that he couldn't live without her. They fell into each other's arms, and in that moment, their hearts became one. In the days that followed, they lived like a couple deeply in love, inseparable and devoted. They chased each other along the beach, as if the illness had pressed pause, allowing them to enjoy their time together. One day, while they were grocery shopping, cold sweat broke out on Victor's forehead. Hillary noticed he was burning up. After hearing his explanation, she didn't press the issue further. That night, Victor woke up soaked in sweat. He knew the cancer had returned. He didn't tell Hillary the truth, fearing she would leave him if she knew. One day, while Hillary was in the shower, Victor sneaked in to take a syringe. To keep her from finding out, he lied and said he was just looking for something. As time went on, Victor grew weaker and weaker, and he had to inject the medicine more often. On Christmas Day, a friend came to visit. He and Hillary chatted happily in front of Victor. Watching from the side, Victor was overcome with jealousy. He tried too hard to prove himself in front of Hillary, as if staking a claim in front of his friend. This uncharacteristic behavior really upset Hillary. Suddenly, Victor's condition flared up, and he nearly collapsed. The two of them quickly helped him to bed. Hillary immediately checked the drawer to see if any medicine was missing. After seeing their friend off, she rushed outside to rummage through the trash can. Sure enough, she found what she was looking for. Hillary confronted him about why he had lied to her. Victor finally confessed. He was afraid his illness would end their romance, so he had been pretending to be fine. Hillary wanted to take him back to resume treatment, but Victor quickly rose to stop her. No matter what, Victor never wanted to go back to that endless cycle of treatment. He just wanted Hillary by his side, living a normal life like everyone else. After all this time together, Hillary thought Victor was on the mend. She had been dreaming of their future, waking up with a smile every day. She never imagined it was all a lie. But beyond the anger and disappointment, Hillary was mainly worried about Victor's health. She was furious that he hadn't told her sooner, and hurt that he completely disregarded her feeling. Hillary packed her bags that night and left the villa. Then, she called Victor's father. His father arrived shortly after. He wanted to take Victor back for treatment immediately. Victor agreed, but before that, he wanted to see Hillary one last time. His father finally agreed to the request. At the party, Victor watched Hillary from a distance. She looked so radiant in the crowd. Victor realized that a wonderful girl like Hillary needed a better man by her side, someone strong and healthy, not a sickly man like himself. Just then, Hillary spotted Victor. She walked over to him and urged him to go back and get treated. She promised she would visit him often. Victor didn't say much in return. Instead, he gave her a deep, passionate kiss as a final goodbye. Back at the villa, the thought of returning to that endless, grueling treatment made Victor want to run away again. He packed his bag, ready to leave that very night and go live life on his own terms. Just then, Hillary arrived at the villa. She realized he was planning to flee again and rushed to beg him not to give up on treatment, and certainly not to give up on himself. Hillary decided she would go back and take care of him, but Victor refused. He was afraid that staying by Hillary's side would make his desire to live too strong, making him even more terrified of dying. He felt that his fate was unchangeable. Hillary held his hand to comfort him. Victor knew the severity of his condition. Hillary was still so young, and he didn't want to waste her best years. Hillary passionately expressed her deep love for him. She promised she would stay with him forever, and begged him to keep fighting to live for their sake. The two embraced tightly. Nothing could separate them now. Finally, they walked out of the villa together. No matter how the story ends, Victor would no longer face the disease alone, because Hillary would be right there with him. They met the right person at the wrong time, but she became the light of his redemption. She brought hope into his life, and ensured his world would never be dark again. As long as the love of your life is by your side, companionship is the most enduring declaration of love.